Welcome to my latest video blog, MS and Meds versus Diet, and some other stuff, including a pharmaceutical rant. Not really sure what I'm going to say, I just know I'm going to say something. First, about me. My name is Paul Lima. I've had MS, multiple sclerosis, for those of you who maybe don't know what MS is, for 22 years. You can read more about me at paullima.com. That is a business website. Don't really talk much about MS on my homepage, but as you will see, I've got other video blogs on MS, and I will show you how to get to them at the end of this video blog, which is about MS. I'm also the author of Everything You Need to Know About Multiple Sclerosis. You can read the introduction to the book at paullima.com/books. Find the book, click on the link, you can read the introduction. And if you have the patience to hang into this video blog to the very end, I will tell you how to get a free PDF of the book. Happy to sell people print, EPUB, Kindle copies of the book, but I am giving away free PDFs, and they can be read on pretty much any computer, any tablet, any computing device. Everything you need to know about multiple sclerosis. I have it, I can't pronounce it. And just so you know up front, I'm not selling anything in the book. I was a freelance journalist for 20 years, been a business writer for another 20 years. This is my objective look at what MS is, why it is, what you can and cannot do about it, and comments from other people on MS. So before we get to the meat of this video blog, just tell you a little bit about MS. If you have MS, you probably know this. MS is an autoimmune disease, a condition in which your immune system mistakenly attacks your body. So there's an attack, a fight going on inside my body. In an autoimmune disease, the immune system mistakes part of your body, like your joints or skin, or in the case of MS, brain, spinal cord, and the optic nerve, as foreign. It releases proteins called autoantibodies. I'm a writer, not a talker, that attack healthy cells. So as we'll see with MS, it eats away at the myelin on your spinal cord, sometimes your optic nerve, sometimes in parts of your brain. And if the myelin has been eaten away, you can't communicate electronically, nerve signals, as well as you should. And your body has a strange reaction to that. This reaction, when the myelin's eaten away on the brain, spinal cord, and or optic nerve, is called multiple sclerosis. Also called the snowflake disease. Why? Because it's different for everybody who has it. Just like a snowflake is frozen water and has 6 points, I believe, you can Google that. Every one is different. And everybody with MS has their myelin eaten away from their brain, optic nerve, or different parts of their body. So they have that in common, but how it manifests itself is different for all of us. Big question though, why is MS? According to the Mayo Clinic, the cause of multiple sclerosis is unknown. I could stop there. We don't know what causes the myelin to disappear. It's considered an autoimmune disease in which the body's immune system attacks its own tissues. In the case of MS, this immune system malfunction destroys the fatty substance that coats the protective nerves in the brain and spinal cord, and also sometimes the optic nerve. This fatty substance is called myelin. So nobody really knows what causes MS. They know what's going on and they know the various symptoms, but they don't know the cause of it. We don't know why MS. And you can say that about a lot of diseases. I'm not going to pretend that MS is some sanctified disease that, it's like, oh, it's the only one. We don't know what causes a whole lot of crap that happens to human beings. But I have MS, so I'm talking about MS. The V-blog, video blog topics are going to include medication, diet, living proof, Wall's protocol, doing nothing, which leads to a bit about me, and my pharmaceutical rant. And in fact, that's the end of the PowerPoint for this presentation. I am now going to talk off the top of my head about all these topics. But I think when you've had MS for 22 years, written a book about it, go to a support group, participate in support groups on Facebook, you kind of earn the right to just sort of rant away at it. So let me talk about medication. First of all, I want to tell you two things. A, I am not on any medication for my MS and have never been. B, I am not anti-medication for the sake of being anti-medication. When I was diagnosed 22 years ago, there was one, maybe two medications you could take, both of which had side effects that looked worse than the disease. And the fact is, when it comes to medication, there is no medication that cures you. What you hope the medication does is lengthen the time between the hits that you get with MS. There's a technical name for it, relapses that you get with MS. You hope that medication lengthens the time between the relapses and diminishes the severity of them. Now, since I've had MS, there are like 20 FDA, Federal Drug Administration approved medications for MS. I've read about all of them, and I'm not going to name them all. I'm not going to give you any advice about medications to take or not take. That's something you discuss with your neurologist. The one thing I would say is if you go on a medication, be conscious of how your body is reacting. I know people who are on medication A who say, I'm having no results. I'm still sick. I'm having hits. They're coming with the same degree of frequency and the same degree of severity. I know other people who are on medication A who are saying, this has lengthened the time between my hits and has diminished the severity. And then I know a third group of medication A, and it could be A, B, C. It doesn't matter what medication you talk about. This third group says, I'm not feeling any benefits, and I'm having this strange side effect. So again, I am not anti-medication. If your neurologist suggests a medication, you might want to ask them, are you suggesting this medication because the company that makes it has taken you on a nice trip where they have sold you on the value of it? Or are you suggesting this medication because you've suggested it to others and it seems to be working for them? Be blunt with your neurologist. Ask them the tough questions. Hey, a lot of neurologists are really nice people. I've had an absolutely lovely neurologist. She's doing research into MS now. Just absolutely loved her bedside manner. But some of them, not all of them, and not most of them, are in the back pocket of the pharmaceutical industry. And they prescribe not what they've paid to prescribe, but they prescribe what they've been told about. Find out what your neurologist knows about the medication he or she is prescribing. Find out what he or she knows about the side effects, potential side effects. Make a conscious choice. Again, I want to say this because I want people to know it. I'm not anti-meds. When I came down with my MS, there really were no meds that were effective. There have been a lot of developments, mostly for people with RRMS, recurring remitting MS. It comes, it goes. And that's what I had for 15 years. There are some medications for people with secondary progressive MS, which is what I have now. I get some hits and the symptoms stay with me. They don't go away. So my MS has evolved. As far as I know, there really are no medications for people with primary progressive MS. There may be one or two recommended. With PPMS, basically you go from walking to walking with a cane to going riding a scooter to being in a wheelchair to being in bed. Now this takes time, and even that time is different for everybody. I've known people with PPMS who sadly have passed away. The doctors will tell you, yes, but the MS didn't kill them. No, but it caused the symptoms that did, the difficulty breathing, the lung issues, and stuff like that. So go on a medication if your neurologist recommends it and you ask the tough questions and you think this might help. Monitor the impact the medication is having on your MS and your body in general. Choose to stay on it or get off it consciously. So that's MS and medication. And I know some people who swear by their meds. I'm not putting them down in any way, shape, or form. If they believe their meds are helping them, good. I'm glad they're in that position. I know a lot of people who have gotten off medications because of the side effects. Some of them have turned to diet. Now, I eat well. Lean meats, not a lot, chicken, lots of vegetables, fruits for breakfast. I always have fruit, whole wheat bread, etc. I am not eating the diet that's advocated in Living Proof. They really don't go into great detail in Living Proof about the diet, but if you go to mshope.com, all one word, mshope.com, you can read about the Living Proof diet. Living Proof is a documentary made by somebody with MS. His father was a scientist who did a lot of research, and they really sort of helped with the breakthrough about vitamin D. That's a highly recommended vitamin that you take. MS tends to happen to people in northern climates. I am Canadian and Canada's in the north. We have the highest degree of MS per million in the world. And there's some thinking it has to do with our northern hemisphere. Although our Inuit who live in northern Canada, very few, if any, have MS. So they get less sunshine than the rest of us. I have a dog. I walk him every day. I'm out for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So I'm getting a lot of natural sunshine. I was on vitamin D for a year and a half. No improvement. So I got off it. The fellow in Living Proof, and sorry, I should have his name here. I don't, and I forget it. It's quite possible that he had low-grade MS. It is entirely possible that his diet has nothing to do with him being okay. He also had an operation. I forget what it's called. They no longer do it where they cut the veins in the back of your neck and they drain them of blood, liquid, and stuff like that. That operation has been banned. Some people died from it. Some people developed other symptoms. So in Living Proof, they talk about that, and the chap who created the documentary has had it and is on a very specific diet. He looks good. He's in great shape. It's possible he has low-level MS. I don't know. I am not a doctor. I am not a dietitian. All I know is he is on it, he's advocating it, and there are people who have gone on the Living Proof diet who say it's helped them. There are people who have gone on it who say, I'm still having relapses, it hasn't helped me. Now, he is advocating people who are newly diagnosed with MS go on it right away. That's where it's most helpful. You don't wait for years and years until you become sicker and sicker and then say, well, let me see if this diet will help. The other diet I want to talk to by name is called Wahls Protocol, and please Google it. The Wahls Protocol diet was created by a doctor who had MS. She was basically in a scooter wheelchair. She can now ride her bike. Her diet helped her. There's no denying that something helped her. And she improved. She went from wheelchair to riding her bike while on her diet. She's got a book called The Wahls Protocol Diet. You can Google it, read about it. Again, all we can do is, until double-blind studies are done in great detail to prove or disprove the effectiveness of these diets, is go by what you know personally. And it helped this doctor, Dr. Wahls. I know people who are on the Wahls Protocol diet who say, I feel it's helping me. They haven't shown the kind of improvement that Wahls had, but they say, my MS is not getting any worse. And I know people who are on diets who are saying, I'm still sick. The thing about diet, Living Proof and Wahls Protocol, is it's not going to hurt you. They're healthy diets. They just eliminate certain foods like gluten, breads, rice, potatoes. They include more of other foods, fish, vegetables, eliminate certain vegetables, eliminate certain fruits, include more of other fruits and vegetables. So you're eating well. And I think that's important. Now, I have to tell you, I've got a chocolate addiction. Chocolate is not on either the Living Proof or Wahls Protocol diet. I'm 65. I've had this freaking disease for 22 years. I am not giving up chocolate. I mean, for 15 years, I did really well. I worked as a writer trainer. I'd have the occasional relapses, and some were odd. One was to my taste buds. Although I have never tasted crap, I swear everything I ate for about 6 months tasted like crap. Give me a glass of water, I drink it. Oh, would you get this from a swamp? Even water tasted like crap. But I could still write. I could still train. If your MS hit is to your taste buds, it's not really going to influence you unless you're a chef, or unless you're a restaurant reviewer. It's not going to really influence what you can do. I had some things that, influenced what I could do because I would be exhausted. I would literally pass out. But I learned how to work around my hits. I didn't adjust my diet. Living Proof and Wahls Protocol didn't exist then. I might have done something. Again, I eat well. And now I'm into a bit about me, the doing nothing phase. I have really done nothing to combat my MS. I had 15 good years. The last 5, 6 years haven't been so good. but I can still walk my dog. I know people in wheelchairs and scooters. I can't drive the car. I don't have headaches. I have had a headache for 15 years. I can't drive the car. I know people who couldn't walk, for more than 5, 10 minutes, but they can drive cars. They feel comfortable. Their legs work well enough they can drive cars. They feel like oriented enough that they can drive a car. If I got behind the wheel of a car, it'd be like drunk man driving. Not a good thing to do. So I have done nothing. I'm not advocating that you do nothing. I am advocating that you look into meds, try what your doctor recommends, but monitor your reactions to it. You look into diet, monitor your reactions to diet. The Wahls protocol can be difficult if you don't know much about cooking and food preparation. The living proof diet seems quite manageable, but look into them and make conscious decisions. So don't do nothing unless you've had MS for a number of years and you're doing nothing and you're doing okay with it. Again, it's different for all of us. The people I know have had primary progressive MS who were in wheelchairs. 2 of them have passed away. I doubt very much that diet or meds would help them in any way, shape, or form. So you have to know what you're dealing with, and you have to make a conscious decision about what you're going to do. Eat well, at minimum, exercise, don't smoke, moderate your intake of coffee and alcohol. Beyond that, consciously investigate what your options are, decide what you're going to try, monitor the results, change if necessary. Which takes me to my pharmaceutical rant. And you can end the video blog now if you don't want to hear it. I am a capitalist, but there are some things that I don't think you should make money on. And Big Pharma is invested in selling you medications and making money on them. In other words, if they came up with a pill that cured MS or any other disease, and you took it and you were cured, Big Pharma would lose money. So they are literally invested in not finding a solution to the problem. I think pharmaceutical companies should be not for profit. All the money that they make should go into looking for cures. And I'm not just talking about MS. I'm talking about cancer, fibromyalgia, Parkinson's disease, anything, even the common cold. Big Pharma is invested in having you take cold medication, but they don't want the common cold to go away because then they would lose money. Make them not for profit. Reward the people who work for them when they come up with cures that work, and you change the whole dynamic. I am Canadian. We have a healthcare system. Our hospitals don't make money. I don't think people should make money on your health. Hey, if I want to sell you a diet book, yes, I can make money on that. If I recommend various exercises, I'm a trainer, yes, I can make money on that. But if I am literally taking care of your health because you're sick, why should you go bankrupt in order to combat your illness, your disease? So hospitals, as far as I'm concerned, should be not for profit, government funded. Big Pharma, as far as I'm concerned, should be not for profit, not necessarily government funded. I'm not advocating that. Make money on the medications you sell. To try to cure my headache, I was using a medication, I don't know, a little bit of liquid in a needle. I injected it into my leg. Did it once a month for 5 months. Now, the medication is trying to break through into insurance programs and stuff like that. I gather it's FDA approved, but they're testing it. So I didn't pay for this medication. Had I been paying for it, 5 injections would have cost me $5,000 an injection, $25,000. And it did nothing for my headache. Hey, can I have my money back? If I buy a pair of shoes and the sole falls out of the shoes after a week or so, I get my money back. It's not the case with Big Pharma. You don't get your money back. And they are invested in keeping you sick. I'm not saying that they come up with medications to make you sick. I'm not saying that. I am saying they come up with medications that kind of help you and have side effects. If the people who are working on these medications were paid based on the effectiveness of the medication, I think they would come up with different medications. I think they would be doing more research and more work on finding cures. If they found a cure for cancer, look at all the money they would lose, Big Pharma would lose. And in the US, look at all the money hospitals would lose. Not so in Canada. So that's my rant about the pharmaceutical industry. So just to reiterate, medication, look into them. Listen to what your doctor says. Monitor yourself when you're on them. Make a conscious decision. Diet, go to mshope.com, look at the diet, get the documentary Living Proof, and watch the guy with MS who's looking at various treatments and stuff and having conflicts with the MS Society, which are funded in large part by Big Pharma. It makes for an interesting documentary. I didn't agree with everything in it, but it was an interesting documentary. Read about Wall's protocol, buy the book, try the diet, do nothing. If you've been doing nothing and your MS is not progressing, I'm not in a wheelchair, I'm not in a scooter, I'm able to walk my dog, doing nothing has worked for me. Hey, if you need a medication, you have to support Big Pharma because they're making the medications, fine. But if you know anybody who works for Big Pharma, rant at them. Tell them, why are you profiting on the illness of people? Why aren't you just looking for solutions? So if you enjoyed this blog, or even if you didn't enjoy it, but you want to see other video blogs by me, go to paullima.com/MS. And I've got free video blogs on MS, almost everything you need to know about MS. Beginner's Guide to MS for those newly diagnosed with MS and their partners, friends, and acquaintances. Coronavirus, the MS movie, what I'm doing and what you might do to combat coronavirus. If you have MS, you really don't want coronavirus. The Masked MS Marauder asks if MS warriors are more susceptible to coronavirus. So that was my second coronavirus video blog. Me and My MS looks at what MS is and the types of MS and my 22 years with MS. MS and nothingness. If you don't want to see a sick man blubber, skip this video. I lose it. I've had MS for 22 years. I'm entitled to lose it every now and again. The emotional evolution of an MS warrior. I feel psychologically I'm in a pretty good place. When I was first diagnosed with it, holy shit, I was not in a good place. If you've just been diagnosed with it, understand you may be feeling scared, you may be feeling angry. It will evolve. And if watching my emotional evolution helps you evolve more quickly, please feel free to watch the emotional evolution of an MS warrior. Getting old sucks, especially when compounded with MS. I'm 65. I have people my age and older. They look like they're in pretty good shape. Sometimes I think I'm feeling this way because I'm getting old. And then I see people who are my age and I think, oh, wait a minute. They seem stronger than me, more vital than me, more active than me. The way I'm feeling is age compounded with MS. Assisted suicide, are you for or against it? Spoiler alert, I'm for it. So I've got a video blog on that. And as I told you at the beginning, I have written the book, Everything You Need to Know About Multiple Sclerosis. It has no agenda. It is not trying to sell you anything. You can buy the print, Kindle, or EPUB copy at paulima.com/books. However, if you want a free PDF, email msandmebook@gmail.com. That's msandmebook@gmail.com. Put MS PDF in the subject line, and I will send you a free PDF. If you have a Kobo reader that reads EPUBs and you prefer the MS EPUB, put MS EPUB in the subject line. I can send you that as well. No charge, no cost, no nothing, no obligation. It is about just about everything you need to know about multiple sclerosis. It's written by a former journalist in an objective style. So that's me and my MS look at meds, diets, my rant about pharmaceutical. You can read more about me at paulima.com. Again, that's a work website. I'm really not doing much work, so I would suggest you go to paulima.com/ms to look at video blogs or paulima.com/books. I've written 22 books. One is about MS, so you can take a look at my books there. And the book that I am recommended is Everything You Need to Know About Multiple Sclerosis. Read the introduction online. If you want the book, send an email to, I forgot my email address. Send an email to msandmebook@gmail.com, msandmebook@gmail.com, and I will send you a free PDF, MS PDF in the subject line, or put MS EPUB in the subject line, and I will send you a free EPUB of the book. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video blog, or at least felt like you've learned something from it. Take care. All the best. Good health to you. Bye now.